Hello everybody, today we have Lenovo ThinkBook 14S Yoga 14 ITL series. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Let's start. So start with bottom screws. You will need the T4 Torx screwdriver. So take out all the screws. Okay, now we have to separate the bottom case from the Palmrest. So find the gap where you can put your tool. And then work your way around the whole edge to disconnect all the clips. And use plastic tool, don't use the metal one. You can scratch the other parts. Alright, the bottom is out. Here we have the part number. Now we can access all the internal components. So let's start with disconnecting the battery. Sometimes it's easier if you unscrew the battery first, because the wire is very short. Now we should be able to take it out, okay. Alright, this is how it disconnected. Here we have the part number. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Now here, that's our storage. If your laptop doesn't boot, tells you there is no boot device, or you would like to upgrade your storage to the bigger one, this is how you can do it. So that's the NVMe SSD drive. Here under that cover we should have our RAM memory. Alright, so under that cover we have our RAM memory slot. Spread those arms and this is how we can take out the memory. So if the memory doesn't work or you would like to upgrade to the bigger one, this is how we can do it. Here, that's the M2 slot with the Wi-Fi card. The card is separate, so if it doesn't work, you can replace it. Disconnect the antenna wires. Unscrew this one screw on the top. And that's our Wi-Fi card. Here we have the model number. Here we can see our speakers. So if the sound is bad, you can replace your speakers. It's very easy. Disconnect from the motherboard. And the speakers are out. Here we have the part number. Alright, now we can see our motherboard, and that's the heatsink and cooling fan. Let's take out the heatsink. Sometimes you have to repaste the cooling paste, or the heatsink doesn't work. It's bent, or the fan is making grinding noise, or doesn't spin. This is when you have to replace it. Okay. Be very gentle with the heatsink, it's fragile, and if you bend it, it won't work. So it may be stuck to the processor because of the cooling paste. This one wasn't, so it was easy. Here we have the part number. And that's the fan. It's connected from the motherboard. That's our fan. Here we have the part number. Here we can see our processor. Unfortunately, it's soldered on the motherboard, so if it doesn't work, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Here we have our stylus pen. Okay, now let's take out the I/O board. So in order to do that, we have to unscrew the hinge because it covers the board. Now take out all the screws. Disconnect it from the motherboard. It looks like we have to take out that bracket for the stylus pen because of the cable that goes to the I/O board. Okay, now let's unfold the hinge. Alright. And this is how we can take out the board. Alright, and it has our card reader and the USB port and the power button. So if that board doesn't work, you can replace it. Okay, now let's take out our motherboard. So disconnect all the cables, like the video cable, cables for the keyboard and the touchpad, for the backlit. Alright, now let's take out all the remaining screws. Now we have to unscrew the hinge, because partially it covers the motherboard, so now let's unfold that hinge. Okay, and we should be able to take out the motherboard. Yes, the motherboard is out. Looking for the part number, but nothing visible here. You can check if the part number is under that sticker, otherwise look for other numbers which are on the board. Okay, and that's our Palmrest keyboard touchpad assembly. As we can see, the touchpad is held by the screws here, so we can take it out if we need to replace just the touchpad. The keyboard is riveted to the Palmrest, so the keyboard is... If the keyboard doesn't work, you have to buy the whole Palmrest keyboard assembly like that. If you need parts, check gatlaptopparts.com. And here, that's our screen. Very fragile, so I would advise to buy the whole part like that with covers. Otherwise, it's very hard to replace it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.